And rest it is explained the bhav on the stage of bhav when it's matured, the stimulation that has in the sad in the body of the sadhak, it is explained in Bhasti Rasamrit Sindhu. So the external symptoms, they all are felt internally and then they exist. When the bhav is internally appeared, then they appear externally as well. So the transformation is known as anubhav. The 9 external symptoms like dance, rolling on ground, singing, shouting loudly, and neglecting others, and shortness of breath, and neglecting others. What is lokapeksha? Neglecting others. Like they don't focus on what other people are talking about. Like you guys keep dancing and other people they run away. And saliva falling from mouth, feeling dizzy and hiccups. Hiccups, yes. Right. Hiccups. The samriddhi of bhav. So when the bhav is internally appeared, only then it comes out externally. So sadhak, they give up all expectations from people and material world, and they do kirtan and they dance in ecstasy. And yet normal people can't understand this. The people who don't do bhajan, they won't understand any of it. So they're saying Sham Prabhu is here. He was just thinking about him and he appeared. He came. Okay. So normal people of the material world, they cannot understand what the person is going through. Because these symptoms are so deep, bhava is so deep. The transcendental world, people, they understand each and everything. People who know scriptures, if someone has prema in their heart, then they can't understand even if they have knowledge of lots of scriptures. Like in Madhurya Kadambini, it is explained, the people who believe in karma, they think this is not a good behavior. The people who study Vedas, they say this is a mad person. True or not? But someone who has manifested prema in their heart, prema is manifested in their heart, only they can understand Mahaprabhu is saying, he told to Nimai Pandit, he gave up everything and he was doing Nam Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu told to all his students and disciples that Krishna is the element of or essence of life. Like if there's no element of life in our body, then our body will die. Exactly like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's telling to his students who were studying Sanskrit that man was Nimai Pandit because he was teaching and big scholars. He used to defeat all the big scholars in the vicinity, throughout the world. He used to defeat all of the biggest of scholars. Even the son of Saraswati. Saraswati is known as the goddess of knowledge. Devi Saraswati is goddess of knowledge. She was in the throat of that his son, Keshav Kashmir. The goddess of all knowledge, Devi Saraswati, was manifested in his throat. So he was on high on ego, like no one can defeat me. So he used to defeat all the big scholars, and he came to Navdeep. And in Navdeep, all the scholars they got scared. Why? Because at that time in Navdeep was the center point of Sanskrit, Oxford of Sanskrit. Navdeep was very well known for Sanskrit language. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he defeated that person. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to all, to all his students, he said, the essence of life is Krishna-nama. Everything's essence is Krishna-nama. If you're not chanting holy names, then give up everything. So he was saying, everyone chant names with me. Sing the names with me. Nam Sankirtan. What did Mahaprabhu become? First, he was a Nimai Pandit. And, and then he became Bhavok Nimai. Like, so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he took Diksha from Ishwar Paripal, he became Bhavok Nimai. Mahaprabhu stopped reading, studying, and he said, give up everything and chant the holy names. So Mahaprabhu, he started to chant holy names, and his disciples started to learn with him. And few of his students said, we want to study Sanskrit. We are only chanting holy names. Mahaprabhu said, if you want to go to here and there, then you can go. I will just chant holy names. If you want to study Sanskrit, you can go and study from someone else. So Mahaprabhu used to close his door and he used to chant holy names in ecstasy while dancing all night. He used to do dance music and sing all night. And he take bath in Ganga on Brahmahurat and he came back to home. He ate food and then he went to the home of Srivas Thakur. And this is the relationship between Srivas Thakur and Nimai. So one day his head went hot, and one day Mother Saci Devi, she was a embodiment of mood of parental affection. She was speaking to her friend. She said, Nimai, he has a shortness of, he has a disease of air. Disease of air. Disease of air. If someone has such disease, they sleep very less. So air in the body is going down and up. So if the air is going down the body, but if it's the air you breathe is going towards your head, then it's a disease. So Mother Sachi Devi is saying, she said, my Nimai is have a disease of air, and because of that he is not sleeping well. So some devotee said, put some oil, give him a head massage with the oil. There's a cool oil like Navratantel, menthol oil, Navratantel in India. It's very cold. One day, one day someone put it on my head and I got fever. It's very cold. It's extremely cold. I got fever. So I was, so someone suggested me to put Navratantel on my head, and I put it on my head like this, and then I felt sick and I got fever. You will get fever in 10 minutes. You will feel cold and you. So Srivas Thakur was there. Srivas Thakur said, hey Mother Sachi Devi, your Nimai does not have disease of air. He has achieved prem. This is the symptom of prem. Mahaprabhu didn't say anything. All the people they passed by, and when they met Srivas Thakur again, Mahaprabhu said, Srivas, today you have saved my life. If you had said that he has disease of air, then I would have committed suicide in the water of Ganges. Because those who don't understand about prem, they can say anything. If you have knowledge about prem, if you had said that I had disease of air, then I would have realized I don't have prem because you know about prem. So that's why if I don't have prem, then I would have committed suicide. So if there was prem in his heart, then how am I alive? Mahaprabhu is saying, like Mahaprabhu is giving an example, like a fish, it lives in water. If you put fish out of the water, then what will the fish do? It will flapper and it will like shiver so much and it will die. Mahaprabhu is giving this example. They were asking, why do you cry? Mahaprabhu said, I feel very lucky. This is, I don't have prem, but yet people say I have prem in my heart. This is my luckiness. I feel so good. So Mahaprabhu is very humble and he's saying this. So if there's someone heart who has prem, only they can understand. Those who don't have prem, they cannot understand. Did you understand? So here it is also explained. So even the scholars, Pandit, they won't understand because even if you study all the scriptures, you won't understand what prem is. So with the path of knowledge, if you get loads of knowledge, you cannot understand love, prem. How can you understand? Only by realizing what prema is. Then only you can understand what prema is. So sang with the so means mind. So means mind directly. The people who have direct realization. So about like self-realized. So only those have realized themselves, only they can tell what it is. Other people can't tell. So sangam with the dasha. So samvad dasha. In Brahma Gita it is written. So all those who have realization themselves, only they can tell you. How does the Lord look? There's no word to explain what Lord looks like or what is Lord. Only by realization you can explain someone. Like if someone has fever and due to fever, what happens? On outside you see if there is like problem in the body, his temperature is high. The heat of the body, you can touch the body and feel the heat of the fever, but inside the heart, but the sadness that he's feeling in his heart, who will understand that? You can see the external symptoms, like if someone is in fever, you can see all the things happening on the body. So, so your body feels cold to you, and the person who's sick, and they feel like the body is so hot if you touch this, and if you keep the same hand on your own body, you will think this is cold, and my temperature is normal. What is the meaning? Exactly like that. Those who have prem in their heart, they don't they don't know anything about themselves, but they can know and analyze external symptoms, and then they know that this person is absorbed in prem. The person who has realized about prem and felt what prem is, only they can understand. Exactly like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Srivas, today you have saved my life. Because if you had said that I have disease of air, then I would have given up my life. And this all is explained here. So these external symptoms is anubhavas that are explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, like dancing, rolling on the ground, singing, and bending the body, and shouting loudly, and neglecting others, and saliva falling from mouth, and laughing out loudly, dizziness. So these are external symptoms of prem. Prem bhav. This is known as anubhav, like external symptoms. There are two things: internal symptoms and external symptoms. In Srimad Bhagavad, there is a slok. They don't give anything to what people are saying. They don't care what people are saying. They are so much absorbed in bhav. So when you have samriddhi of bhav, samriddhi of bhav, and the sadhak, they just don't care what other people are saying and they are absorbed in mood. So yesterday I also explained, when do you dance? When your heart is feeling joy, only then you dance. If someone is doing it to show off others, that's different. Like Haridasa Thakurا, he saw a hole of a snake and he remembered about kalya-damana-lila. And that Brahman, he saw Haridasa Thakurا and he started to mimic Haridasa Thakurا. He was, he was like, he's like cheater. And it's Haridas Thakur is Muslim and I'm Brahman and everyone is offering him pranams, so I will also dance, so everyone will pranam me as well. So everyone will glorify me and respect me. So he started to dance like Haridas Thakur, he started to mimic him. And the person who was owning the snake, the owner of the snake, serpent, they play an instrument known as bean, and the snake started to dance. And he saw Haridas Thakur is dancing in the ecstasy of love, and this Brahman is cheating, is a cheater. He knew the serpent understand. They can check who is cheater and who is real. You can know. So that serpent, he picked up a stick and he beat him with a stick, and then the Brahman he ran away. If you have if love, if prema is manifested in your heart, then dance, singing, things like this is not happening. So these are internal symptoms and external symptoms. Sometimes a cheater person, they try and copy the external symptoms of love to show off others, and with one person in real he's absorbed in prema, and then the external symptoms are coming, and they are like artificial and real. How do we know? Imitation. All glitters are not gold. In English it just says all glitters is not gold. So gold is gold. How do you know gold is gold? You have to take and rub it on. And then businessmen, they also steal gold from there. I told once in Rasastali, all the gopis they came, and all the gopis were saying, I am the most beautiful, I am the most beautiful. So all the gopis were discussing like, I am the best, I am the best, I am the most beautiful. And Krishna came, and what did Krishna do? He said, my arms, this is a kasoti, like it's like a black stone which is known to identify gold. So I will try and lift up all the gopis. So Krishna lifted everyone one by one, and he said, Srimati Radharani is the topmost. So, so she made an artwork, Ananda Pradayini Didi made an artwork around with that. There's a slok in Raghunath Das Goswami. For some people, just to satisfy their own ego and attract other people, they are mimicking and imitating the external symptoms of prema. One day, Namacharya Haridas Thakur, he saw the dance of a snake and he started to remember about kalya-damana-lila. And he got absorbed in love and he started to dance. And other devotees, they were putting the dust of Haridasa Thakur, and one jealous Brahman, he started to imitate Haridasa Thakur. He started to imitate Haridasa Thakur. One day there was an interview going on. Two friends went for the interview, and to get the job, two friends went, and they started to think there must be only one question paper. The first person went in and asked, "What is your name?" And then they told their name, and then they asked the second question and said, "What is your date of birth?" And they asked, "What is your date of birth?" And date of birth. Job interview. So then, and when he came out, the person, he asked, like, "What questions were you asked in the interview? Tell me." And he explained everything. He said, he asked me my name, he asked my date of birth. When he thought the question will be same, and so I have to remember the answers. The question will be same, and I just have to remember the answers. Person who was taking interview, the person who was taking interview, he asked another question. He said, "When does the soldier die in a war?" First he asked, "What is your name?" to the first person, and the second person he asked, "Who is the Prime Minister of India?" To first person he asked, "What is your name?" and and the second person who went in for interview, he asked, "What is the name of the Prime Minister of this world?" And he was remembered all the answers. He did not think. He was thinking he was just asking a normal question, and he wrote his name as the name of the Prime Minister. He wrote his own name in the as what is the Prime Minister of India, who is the Prime Minister. And some people, they say, "What are you doing?" They don't look at the question. So they're like, we should be conscious of people who are imitating. Why is this explained? Haridasa Thakur is absorbed in prema and then dancing. And what this Brahman is doing, he is mimicking Haridasa Thakur, that Brahman, jealous Brahman. So how can they understand? Those who imitate, they do it more. It's like all glitters are not gold. The real gold is not shining so much. The artificial gold, it shines so much. And real gold doesn't shine so much. All glitters is not gold. So that's why Tulsidas ji has written, the more and more if someone is shouting and saying something, people think, "Oh, he's a scholar." So any devotee didn't get attracted to that imitating Brahman, and then serpent bit him with a stick and he ran away. So the pure devotees of the Lord, they can understand what's true and what's not true. What? What are the 8 symptoms of ecstatic ecstasy? It's like fever, and feeling so cold, and the body shivering, and their body goes a bit pale, and pale yellow color, and the tears come from their eyes. These and like they faint. It's known as death, but in transcendental world there's no death word. It means it's fainted. They don't use the word death. First, they get stunned. Like a newly married woman. Somebody is explaining. So a woman from Delhi, girl from Delhi, she was Hastinapur. She was married to someone in Vraj. On the first night, she entered Vrindavan, and when she touched the dust particle of Vrindavan, the prema manifested in her heart. As soon as she touched the dust of Vrindavan, this is the glories of dust particle of Vrindavan. In Bhakti Rasamrita it is explained. All go to Vrindavan. Do you all you have prema in your heart? Little, it's going in slowly. So Arop Siddha is happening first, Arop Siddha Bhakti, and after that Sangha Siddha Bhakti, and then Sadrup Siddha Bhakti. And now the Rupa like imposition. And then Sangha Siddha is known as. So you get association of the pure devotee of the Lord, and the things that happen in our love manifests in our heart slowly and slowly. And all the good qualities, they come in our heart, and the bad things from our heart, they go away. Like duplicity and hypocrisy, cheating, propensity, these things go away from our heart. So good qualities, they support bhakti. They assist bhakti, good qualities. So Arupa Siddha, Sangha Siddha, reality, this is not pure devotional practice, but these are just the things that assist bhakti. And the pure bhakti is, it manifests automatically when your heart is soft, and it appears on itself. First in Arupa Siddha, Sangha Siddha, and then the realization of the transcendental form, it comes naturally, automatically. First sadhak, they're doing bhajan, and the beloved of gopis, Krishna, and the servants of servants of servants. I want to be the servants of servants of servants of Krishna. So this is the mood that they get. So in the beginning, we have to impose this mood on us, because we have conditioned souls, and we have ego, we're bodily ego. We are like, I'm brahmachari, I'm grest, I'm sannyasi, I'm body, I'm woman, I'm man. This is the ego that is based around your body. This ego is based around the body, and this is known as externally. The Mahaprabhu is saying, I'm not a Brahman. I'm not brahmachari, I'm not vanprasthi, I'm not sannyasi, I'm not prasthi. Who am I? He said, the beloved of Krishna, I am the servant of servant of servant of Krishna. First, it will not come. First, you have to impose it. Because we have so much ego on our body, they're like, I'm man, I'm woman. This is the ego based around the body. So they have ego, bodily ego. But when you impose in yourself that I'm servant of Krishna, it will not come automatically. You have to impose it. And when you keep doing bhajan, slowly and slowly, it will become like a pure and positive kind of ego. So slowly and slowly, you have to give up your bodily ego, that you are this body. This is very hard to give up, that I am woman, I am man. Like if ant bites you a little, then you will know. And so the ego of this body, everything is happening because of this. So when sadhak is doing bhajan, slowly and slowly they impose that I am not this body. I am servant of Krishna. First we have to impose it. So when we keep imposing and we get pure association of pure devotee of the Lord, then slowly and slowly the anarthas in our heart, they go away. So all the anarthas, they go away in the association of pure devotee of the Lord. There are two things that come from pure association of sadhu sang. First thing, it destroys the anarthas, and second thing, it's it's like assisting you in the stage of achieving bhav. The eternal associates of Vraj, how can I get their mood? You can only get that mood by sadhu sangha, by associating with sadhu. The more and more you do association of sadhu, the good platform would be created in your heart. This is the glories of sadhu sangha. What is sansar? Me and mine. This is the world. The ego on the body that we have, that we are this body. Slowly and slowly we do bhajan. Then it will not go in one day. It might take a lot of lifetimes. Nothing happens in one lifetime. Sometimes it takes a lot of lifetimes to get rid of this ego. So we are on the path of bhakti. We have a lot of fruits coming from our past lives. It's a result of sukritis that we did a lot in a past life. Coming on the path of bhakti, someone can go on path of knowledge, path of karma, it's okay. But coming on the path of bhakti is extremely rare. Vaishnava Chakravarti Pad is saying, he said, don't know for how many lives you have done association of satsang, sadhu, and slowly and slowly in this life you're coming slowly on the path of bhakti. We have to make so many efforts to bring someone in the path of bhakti. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said, so 400 gallons of blood. You have to give 400 gallons of blood. It's so hard. So we don't know how many saints they have given their blood, meaning they have made so much efforts. They're like, you come, take prasad. So slowly and slowly everything builds up. Like worship them like a devta. No, anything will not come for free. But still people will not come. They run away. Like fish, they get trapped, but they break the trap free and they run away. Like the fisherman, he catches all the fishes. A few fishes they go away. He throw the net, and some fishes they break the net and they go away. So from lots of lifetimes, all the Sant Mahatma, they have done so many efforts for us. So what is the benefit that you have organized this Bhagavad? How many Harinam did you do? If you keep chanting holy names 24 hours, then now you're absorbed in managing Bhagavad. Before you do Bhagavad, you have to collect money, and people also decline you, reject you. Is true or not? So you have to feed them, and it's like, are they your parents? No. You have to feed them. This is the social behavior. They can do, the people of material world, but why are you doing this? So that the katha and mahaprasad that we are giving to people, they are getting sukritis. They're like, oh, we are eating same dal and rice in our house. There's no difference in what we're eating this. But there's difference. They don't understand that this has potential. This has the potential of spirituality. This grain of rice is very unique. So when you eat such food, Mahaprasad, you cooked it for the god. So this is known as Mahaprasad. And when they take this slowly and slowly, it's like takes so many lifetimes for Sukritis to get mature, and then they enter path of bhakti. It's not so easy. I said a lot of devotees, they are saying, well, how you came on the path of bhakti? Because I went to ISKCON on every Sunday, and I'm like, they are giving prasad for free, and I was like, I went for free food. So we just go quickly and we eat. When the aarti ends, we just go in for free food to ISKCON. We have very tasty food in ISKCON, and after that, we don't have to cook at home and just eat outside. And they also give us to take our home. They also give us food. They pack the food and they give us to take it out to our homes. So they don't know what they are giving, what they are feeding them. They are like a trap. They are like throwing a trap for you by giving you free food. I've heard a lot in foreign also people. I think it's good. And like this, slowly and slowly, their Socrates get mature and they become bhakt. And they put tilak and they take jap mala, they wear tulsi mala, and they start to read Bhagavad Gita. So see, this transformation happened. So she's saying in foreign there was a ISKCON temple, the people go to beach, enjoy, and then they just come for prasad. So in Gurudev is saying in one temple they pack the food specially and then they give. They will not take if you give it in plates. All the beggars, they want that if you mix it properly, if you give them, they will say no. So, so I'm seeing they have machine in temple daily. They are making 150 to 200 packets of food. They're packing it properly every day. At the COVID time of coronavirus, every day they were serving this out. And in when they're sitting in Harikatha, they're thinking about sabji of paneer. So 8 to 10 days daily they are making paneer. So in the temple of Sao Paulo, 8 to 10 days they are making paneer. One paneer is very expensive. And they are making very delicious paneer sabjis. It's 8 o'clock. Prabhuji said it's 8 o'clock. How many days did you make paneer? Yesterday paneer was offered and Here, in the Sao Paulo temple in Brazil, you can ask. There are like 150 to 300, 400 people. All of them, they took paneer. Because paneer, she asked, do foreigners like paneer? So they say, paneer is expensive and it tastes nice. To attract foreigners is not easy. To attract Western people, even they're poor or anything, to attract them, you have to give them good food. Give them good food and then they will come. Here, you can just give anything you want, khichdi, puri, but people are coming, lots of people are coming to take that food. But in foreign country, you have to prepare very nice prasad. You have to pack it properly in plastic and in disposable. You have to pack it properly, and it needs to be good. The quality of the packing material needs to be good as well. So you have to pack properly and then distribute in Western countries. Sao Paulo in Brazil. And Prabhuji is saying he will go to Brazil this time. So in India, if you cook paneer one day, then it's a lot of very expensive. So I'm saying this because to bring one person on the path of bhakti, you have to make so many efforts. Only then they come. Otherwise, they won't come. So slowly and slowly, and throughout lots of lives, how many saints they have made so many efforts to bring us on the path of bhakti. So people come to eat, but no one listens Harikatha. Less people Harikatha, and some people also sitting, sleeping in Harikatha. They're like, oh, they're just saying same thing over and over again. What's the value of it? So, so, so if there are 200 people in Harikatha, then there's 1,000 people to come to take prasad. So, so it's time to go now. The so these things they support bhakti and it affects consciousness and it grows it properly. And so dance, the external symptoms like dancing, singing, explained before, these come. So internally, they are the what's happening internally is known as anubhav. Like externally, there's things like dance. This is like external symptom. So when anubhav comes, all these external symptoms manifest when the hurt and when hurt is soft, everything manifests in it. When we have one faith in Krishna, at that time it is known as Sat. Sattva. It's known as Sattva. So for example, when you listen to Krishna Katha and listening to the separation, the mood of separation, and you are getting tears while listening to that Hari Katha that is being discussed about separation, it's not about like if someone is like if you see normal materialistic stories like Leila Majnu, like Romeo and Juliet, and you listen to that and getting tears from your eyes. I'm not talking about that. That is not sattva. When is sattva? When it is connected to Krishna. When it is about Krishna. So when you listen about Krishna, the things that happen like tears come from eyes, that is sattva. So if you just listen to stories of material people, actor, actress, and you're getting tears from your eyes, and you feel like dancing, it's not sattva. So, so when it's connected to Krishna, and when the things happen in our body, like we get tears, that is known as sattva. You should remember the definition of this. So when it is we have stimulation and our heart gets affected when we listen to Harikatha around Krishna, like for example Krishna, we went to Mathura from Vrindavan. We listen to that Harikatha and gopis, they are feeling so much separation and sadness. And someone listens to this and their heart gets stimulated and they're affected. It needs to be around Krishna, it needs to be about Krishna. But if you just study any normal story or novels about Romeo and Juliet, you just see their separation in the drama. It's not sattva. Uttam Bhagavad, they so Uttam Bhagavad, what do they do? The bhav they come automatically. Like in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's saying this slok. Like one actress, she's expressing her feeling before her wedding. This is about the material actor and actress. If you're feeling this and your heart is getting affected, it's not sattva. But Uttam Mahabhagavat, they will listen to this and then they will imply this story on Radha and Krishna and think about that. They will connect it to Radha and Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. So this is, and Mahaprabhu is then getting absorbed in mood. He's thinking about Radha and Krishna, and then he's feeling ecstatic in prema. So what did the actor and actress do? They didn't understand why Mahaprabhu is dancing. Actor and actress. So Mahaprabhu is seeing the and Uttam Bhagavad. Uttam Bhagavad, they always analyze things. They are always absorbed in the mood and they connect everything to Radha and Krishna and everything manifests in their hearts automatically. In Chaitanya Charitamrita they explained Uttam Bhagavad. If they see a normal river, then they think about Yamuna river. But what is the truth? They're always absorbed in the mood in their heart. So Yogmaya makes Yamuna appear for real. They're not seeing what's outside. One day, he saw a beautiful woman, and what will happen in Uttam Bhagavad, Mahabhagavad? They think about the gopi. So someone asked me one day, he said, if you see a bad looking woman, and then what would happen? They will think about Putna. If they see a bad looking girl, they will think about the Leela of Putna. Because Uttam Bhagavad, whatever they see, they connect it to Radha and Krishna. So whatever they see, they connect it to Radha and Krishna. One widow's child, he came to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu used to love him because the child was so beautiful. So the devotees, they say, why are you loving this child? Mahaprabhu said, I am thinking about little Krishna when I see this little child. So this is the Uttam Bhagavad, the vision of Uttam Bhagavad. There's always difference between the ideology of Uttam Bhagavad, vision of Uttam Bhagavad, and vision of materialistic people, normal people.
See the boy what Mahaprabhu feels.
Little Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita is explained. So the mood of Uttam Bhagavad and the vision of normal people is so different. Spurti, it's like stimulation coming, and everything is connected to Radha and Krishna. It's not materialistic, it's the transcendental mindset that they have. Kunja Kutira. So this is all coming because of stimulation. What is Satta? Sattva. Everything that is connected to Krishna, and our heart is getting affected and stimulated because of listening to Harikatha or seeing anything or connecting anything to Krishna, that is known as Sattva. Goes.